Everyone, and welcome to my demonstration for Star Snap on 2D. To complete this task, I use this app one, XAMPP as my local web server environment. This web includes two essential components. Firstly, Apache, which run the PHP script, and my SQL, which handle the database. I also build the form using standard HTML to create input field and use as separate style CSS for basic styling. The form submits its data using the post method to a server-side script written in PHP called insert customer PHP. This PHP script performs validation and insert the data into the MySQL database using embedded SQL. I also created a separate field dbphp to handle the database connection, keeping the cost modular and reusable. And for database management, I also use PHP which includes with SAMPP. So now let's take a look at the current state of the database before any data is inserted. I will open PHP and run the query select from customer. As can you see in here, and when I run that one, as shown here, the table is currently empty and my SQL return yellow rows. This confirms that there are no existing customer records at this point. This clean state allows us to clearly see what happened after its form submission. So now I will demonstrate an example of an unsuccessfully insertion due to missing data. I go to the form and fill in the full name and phone number, but I intentionally leave the email field blank. In my HTML form, the email fields email with the required attribute, which means the browser will prevent submission unless it fills in. Here's the relevant line from my form. However, if the user bypasses client-side validation, the PHP script also performs a check to ensure the email field is not empty. So here that's part of the PHP code. The server-side validation ensures that even if the form is submitted with missing field, the script won't run the SQL query. So now I click the insert button. That you can see here, right? As expected, the form display the error message. Error, please fill in your own request messenger. So that messenger is displayed to the user and what happened to the database table. After submitting the form with missing or invalid table, the user receives an error message directly on the screen. In my implementation, this message is displayed by the PHP script using a simple echo statement. For example, when the email is left blank, the following line is executed in insert customer PHP. So as you can see in here, this means appears immediately and the script exists before running any SQL query. So now I switch back to PHP myadmin here and run SQL and this one, and I run again. As expected, the table is still empty. This confirms that the unsuccessfully submission did not modify the database. This shows that the validation works as intended and protects the database from invalid or incomplete input. Okay, so this time I'm going to behave. I will enter everything correctly so we can actually get a success message. No more missing fields. Only input the field out just the way the form and the database want them. I enter the following detail this one already okay. And when I hit the insert button, oh wait, okay, it's customer inserted successfully, right? As you can see in here. That means the form passes on validation and the data were inserted into the database. So why this is work this time? Well, um, first I made sure that all the required fields were filled: full name, email, phone number, password, country, registration date, and status. Um, in the backend, the PSP script, this one, yeah, this one. Um, use this you prepare SQL statement with by parent to securely pass value into the insert query. So here the part of the PSP code that handle the insertion you can see from this one to this one. So using prepare with statement like this not only protect against SQL ingestion, but also make sure the query only runs after on validation pass. So this time the form submitted successfully and the data made safely into the database. So now I go back to PSC by admin and run the same query as before. And when I go, yeah, you can see in here, right? As you can see, the new customer record has been added to the table. As fields are displayed correctly, including the auto-generate customer ID, which confirm that the insertion was successful. So this final step shows that the system worked end-to-end from input to validation to database update. So thank you for listening.